Because I'm checking your phone does not mean I don't trust you, okay?
Even your computer, everything, I need to have access to everything. Because
you can't put all your cards on the table. You don't have any proof.
Thank you.
Whatever it is here is not proof. Which woman in her right sense wants to be fighting all the time?
Like if I was the one, just like you said, I would have kept quiet about it. Let me give you a practical example. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode on the Truth and Tales podcast with your favorite host, Yemi and
Victoria.
Yeah. We're back again, guys. We are back again with another episode for you guys. I know we always say that we're back with another interesting episode, and that's because it's true. Anyway, how are you all doing? Returning subscribers, our fans, our people, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. We are very happy to be here again. We're very happy to, be chatting with you guys once again. And yes, today we have another interesting topic for you guys. And trust me, guys, today's episode, you want to sit down, relax, drink water, drink juice, carry extra, take popcorn, relax and, enjoy the conversation, because we're going to be discussing a tale, or is it truth now? Victoria, is it truth of the day or tale of the day now?
I think this is both. It's both a truth and a tale. It
right?
is the truth.
We have this interesting conversation that we know that you guys would enjoy. It's something that we know you guys will enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to let Victoria give us the truth of the day. You guys know how we do it. Okay, so Victoria, give us.
All right. Okay.
Hit us.
Okay. All right. And remember, guys, that our personal channels are always linked below. Yemi's channel is Girl to Mom Life, and mine is Victoria Fash. So please make sure you subscribe to our personal channel and see what we're up to in our lives. Okay. All right. So today, like Yemi said, it's a very interesting conversation, right? So let me start. So this lady said, please, I need advice from our women concerning my husband. Yesterday, I was on a call with my sister, and I overheard him making a call telling the person, that is the person he's talking to, he thought that this one he came back, the person has forgotten about him, and also telling the person, thanks for calling. Okay, after the call, I stole his phone. I stole his phone, but noticed that the number has been deleted from his phone. Something told me to check his WhatsApp, where I saw a girl responding to a message he sent to her, which he has also cleared in their chat history. His message to the girl was, "This your do is very fine, oh dear," and was also asking her how she was doing. Dear, I saw this because the girl highlighted his message she was replying to, though he had already wiped this particular message off the chat. I trust my husband so much, but what made me check his chat was the fact that the last number that called him was deleted from his call log, so I believe he was up to something. This morning I asked him if he was cheating on me, and he said no, and asked me the reason for my question, and I told him this because this has denied me sleep yesterday night. Since this morning, he has been keeping malice with me and has refused to eat my food. Please, am I wrong for asking? And if I am, how do I bring peace back to my home? I really trust him so much, but that doesn't mean I am a fool. I only asked because I love my peace of mind, and if I harbor it in my mind, it will show in my actions. So that is the truth of the day, or that is her truth, and she's asking for our advice on that. So interesting. What do you think?
It's an interesting one.
Yeah, it is.
It's really interesting because, in fact, I like the way you even emphasized on that word stole. I like that. In fact, but anyway, I think in this conversation, or in this truth, there are some issues, and again, you guys know that we like to
break it
down, the issues, and just break it down, so that everybody can get something. As much as we want you guys to enjoy the conversation, we also want you guys to also take something along as you leave. Anyway, so there's some issues that I think are involved in this truth, like checking your partner's phone. Just like she asked, that was she wrong to have checked his phone or something, and also the reaction. She wanted peace of mind. That was why she asked, but then the reaction she got. It was on that level. So the man did not even eat the food. He didn't eat the food. He didn't sleep, but he was commending some do. Anyway, let me stop joking.
Yeah.
Let me stop joking. So to just answer the first question on whether or not she should have, checked his phone. Well, personally, I believe that you should have access to your partner's phone. Like, I don't see anything wrong in checking your husband's phone. And I don't see anything wrong in a husband checking his wife's phone. I don't see anything wrong in checking your partner's phone at all. Somebody you are engaged to, be married to, somebody you are married to, I don't see anything wrong in checking their phones. I'm not saying boyfriend though, like boyfriend of, we are just waka person. I'm not saying that one, but somebody you are engaged to, somebody that you guys know that you're going to be married, or somebody that you're already married, which is your husband. You guys, technically, you guys are one, as far as I'm concerned. So you should be able to check his phone, and you should also be able to check your phone. In fact, I feel like the problem I would have is when I don't have access to your phone. Like, I can't check your phone. Like, I can't, you lock your phone, there's a password. Even your computer, everything, I need to have access to everything because we are married.
Investigative journalist.
Everything. My sister, I used to check my husband's phone while we were dating, like when we were serious, even before we were serious, I used to check it. But anyway, we'll get into that later. But I checked it. So I can't even say you're wrong because it's something that I've done and I still do. The degree at which I check it is maybe... Well, the truth is that I check it, and I wouldn't say someone should not check your partner. So, I don't buy into that school of thought at all. You should have access to your partner's phone because I even feel like it's the same thing as not knowing how much your partner is earning. Like, all those things. Like, you guys are married or you're going to be married. Like, what's the fuss about it? Why can't I check your phone? Why can't I check your phone? But that's me just answering the question because I know there are levels to this thing. But what do you think? Before we go into inside gist, what do you think? Do you think she was right?
Well, yeah. I think I totally agree with everything you said. One questions I usually get asked, especially when it comes to marriage, even though I try to shy away from marriage conversation, but I like to talk about relationships, right? Is that... I hear a lot of people saying that, because I'm married does not mean that I should lose my privacy. I need my privacy in marriage. What? Because I'm married does not mean that, I shouldn't have my privacy and all of that. And, when I hear stuff like that, I just laugh because, I will, guys, I will always refer to, the author of marriage. And that's why I always tell people, you cannot do marriage ordinarily. Marriage is God-ordained institution. And when God ordained marriage, the very first marriage, the Bible says that the two of them were naked and they were unashamed. It means that they were naked, totally naked. They were open to each other. There was no secret. There was nothing hidden. That is the original plan of God for marriage. So if we're doing marriage, which is God's idea, we cannot do it with our own mind. So we're talking about using phones. And I mean, in our day and our age right now, your phone is literally most times, it holds a lot about you, or it tells a lot about you. You can know almost everything about the person from their phone. Do you understand? So your phone has a lot of information about you and all of that. So why should something that's important, why should it be hidden from the person you are doing life with? I can never understand it. And again, it also boils down to, you were mentioning the fact that even whilst you were dating, right, you always had access to your husband's phone. And maybe remember this adage my mom used to tell me that it's in Yoruba that that is what you will not take when you're rich. You start to refuse it now that you're poor, or now that you're not rich yet. You understand? So it all boils down to how was your relationship like? Okay, in my own relationship from the very beginning, even me and my mom, we still have issues about this phone checking thing. My mom always says that and not just my mom, I've heard it on social media too. You'll see posts like this, questions like this, and you go to the comment section, you see people saying that, she been waiting, they find, you see, you understand? They always say that, and they always say, oh, those people that always argue for don't check a man's phone, their argument is always that you don't give yourself hypertension. All men cheat. So what are you looking for? Is when you look for it, you find it. Sir, ma, excuse me? When I hear people talking trash like that, like I call them out on it, like, what are you talking about? Like, and it's usually about men, like, don't check your husband's phone, don't check your man. But it's not about, but the man has access to my phone. The man should check your wife's phone.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I shouldn't check his phone. Like, all those things are just nonsense to me, okay? You know, I still had this, you know, when I was about to get my mom, and I know I can understand that for the older generation, because there are a lot of things that were acceptable in their time that they can never understand now. They don't understand why you should leave your husband because it's cheating. You understand?
Did they really even have phones then? Did they really have
exactly.
Did they even have the phone?
You know, cheating then was accepted as a man's trait, as part of, like, a man sleep and eat, a man cheats. Like, it's that normal for the man, okay? So that's why they don't understand why you will say, you are leaving the marriage because, you know, and all of that. But, you know, I know one advice my mom kept giving me, and people around kept giving, was that never check your husband's phone, okay? Because what you're finding, you will see it. And I always think that's just, you know, it doesn't make sense, okay? Yeah, in my own marriage, and I'm going to, like Yemi said, we're only going to tell you what we do in our own marriage. Like, everybody's phone is open. My husband has his fingerprints in my phone. I have mine in his phone. His bank account, I have my password. He has my password. There is absolutely no password I have in this life, including my emails, that he doesn't have access to. And the same thing for me. So there is, what are you hiding? What is the privacy? There is no privacy in marriage. Yes, if you don't want to, if you didn't know, now you know. There is nothing like, once the two of you become one, and even from your dating phase, you should make that clear. That is one of your rules or whatever, that, listen, in this marriage, there is nothing like hiding phones. I cannot tolerate it, okay? And if the guy is okay with that, you enter into marriage knowing that you have that understanding. So that's why I emphasized on stole. What do you mean you stole his phone? No, I took his phone because I saw something suspicious, okay? And when I see it, I ask you. So I don't think there's absolutely anything wrong in checking your man's phone. Like Yemi said, it's when you are hiding your phone, then there is definitely something you're hiding. There is definitely something you're hiding. If your wife cannot take your phone and check, or, you know, your phone is ringing and you're in the toilet, you are carrying your phone to the bathroom, not like you're listening to messages, or you're expecting an important call, even an important call. I mean, come on, okay? You are hiding your phone, holding your phone, choking it under the pillow, trying to, you know, every minute, you know, you are always on your phone guiding it, and there's definitely something that you're hiding, okay? So I don't think it is healthy to be in a marriage that, you know, phone is something that, you know, it's secrets to me. What are you keeping secrets, my brother? Everything about you, I know. Everything about me, you know. So why am I hiding my phone? What is in my phone that you don't know? What is in your phone that I don't know? You understand? Trust me, all this secrecy, you know, in marriage is always, anyways, like I said, there's absolutely nothing wrong. In a healthy marriage, everyone should have access to the phone, and I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal.
You know, and what is interesting to me, because, you know, this thing about the kind of counsel they give women going into marriage, I think it plays a major role into how the way women enter into marriage. And I know that, you know, times have changed, and, you know, with this women empowerment thing, I'm a big fan of women empowerment. Like me, like this, that is what I preach. You as a woman, you need to discover your value, you need to know your value, you need to know your worth, you need to maximize your potentials. That is about me. But at the same time, when it comes to marriage, it is quite different. I'm not saying that you should become a fool because you're in marriage or because you be no. My point is that the way they counsel women going into marriage, sometimes it makes women go into marriage with a false. For example, now, you know, the way they say is what you're looking for that you find. Don't go to your husband's phone. Don't check it. I think that's already a barrier to you connecting with your partner. There's nothing wrong with me picking up my husband's phone and just checking it. It doesn't mean that, you know, in fact, the reason why I'll probably not want to check my husband's phone or want him to check my phone is maybe I'm planning a surprise. And, you know, if you check my phone, then he will probably get really surprised or things like that. But aside from that, you know, because the way I think marriage should be is that the environment in your home, the environment in your marriage should be safe enough for both of you to say, absolutely anything to each other for both of you. But you know the way things are, like men of nowadays, or you know the marriages of nowadays, women go through a lot in the marriage. That's why you see them advising them that no, don't do that when you enter marriage. No, open your eye. Oh, nah, no. So sometimes a lot of these women go into marriage prepared for some kind of mistakes or some kind of error. They just go there battle ready, or like we don't preach or we don't counsel marriage in a way that actually speaks how a marriage should be. We counsel people based on the errors of marriage, and we are trying to manage, and you're like, as you go to marriage, you don't check your husband's phone. Just leave it. Don't go and see what you want to see. So you're already advising the person that your husband might cheat. So don't even bother. You don't need to know all of those things. Like, so you're already creating a barrier. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you're subconsciously creating a barrier to that person to feel like, I feel like, you know, let everybody have access. Talk to people, counsel people in a way that they know that this is marriage. You're going to be one with this person, so that they know the kind of person to choose to be one with. So that instead of trying to manage people to just, that's why women, ladies, you just see them and it reflects in the kind of questions that you get, you know, the kind of questions that we get on these things that you don't even expect a woman to, the level that you don't even expect them to come down to, they would come down to that because they just want marriage, they just want to be married. But then the way marriage is, the way it's supposed to be, nobody is counseling or nobody is talking about how it should be that way. Everybody.
No, so you know what?
If we,
go on.
I just feel like if the right things are said, right, it will help people to actually sit down and choose the person they want to be one with. If you know that you don't want somebody, you know, cheating is a deal breaker for you, then make sure that whoever you're going into marriage with, or whoever you're going to be married to, rather, whoever you're going to be married to, you have access. Like, the environment is safe enough for you people to, like, there is trust, there is safety, and all of those things. Not that they will tell you not to check phone. That's not how to ensure that your husband is not cheating. Like, you don't need to. I don't see them. Honestly, I don't buy into that. Like, and there are others. There are other examples. And just because we are talking in scope of phone, that's what I'm mentioning. But there are lots of counsel like that, like, don't share the same account with your husband. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying, but there are examples like that, you know. But we're not going to go into that. But anyways, I think that's just my own view on, you know, that. Anyway, you were going to say something.
I was going to say that, you know, you reminded me of a debate me and my husband were having this Saturday. Like, we had a debate for like 1 hour after we finished watching. And I'm going to recommend that. I think it's the latest video by Pastor Kingsley and Mildred, What Men Want and What Women Want in Marriage. And it was really like eye-opening. And we're discussing about certain things, like the differences between men and women. And, you know, you mentioned something about, you know, people are not counseling. We're not getting the right counsel and all of that. And I remember one of the things I kept saying to my husband is that a lot of people are counseling women on what not to do to make their husband angry. But no one is counseling the man on how to behave, right? If as they are counseling me as the woman, right, that don't check your husband's phone. If the same energy is passed on to the man that don't cheat, don't make your wife suspicious to the point where she wants to check your phone. You know, if the message, if the teaching, if the counseling is balanced, we won't be having some of these issues that we are having in marriage. And I'll say to my husband that we send women into marriage with so many burdens and so many responsibilities, right? But we forget that it takes two people to make a marriage work. And that's why some women get frustrated and tired at some point. They feel like their life is over, they enter depression and the rest of it. And they tag them as nagging, they tag them as ungrateful or unsatisfied and the rest of it. But anyway, I don't want us to get into men and women issues today. We had a lot of that argument on Saturday. But you know, I was going through a message and she kept saying, you know, I trust my husband so much. I trust my husband so much. I trust my husband so much. So obviously, and that's one thing I wanted to mention about trust in relation to checking of phones. I don't think that the two should have anything to do with each other. And what I'm trying to say is that because I'm checking your phone does not mean I don't trust you, okay? Sometimes it is just to satisfy curiosity. It doesn't mean I have stopped trusting you or I don't trust what you say. There's a suspicious call you just had. I checked your phone and I can't find it. Or or I'm feeling that, you know, the person you're talking to, you're not telling me the truth about it. Give me your phone and just let me satisfy my curiosity. Like, it's not I don't trust you. Trust is, and I said this in one of my videos, trust is built on transparency. It is built on honesty. If you're transparent, then I'm able to trust you. Tomorrow when you say it, I won't bother. I won't bother to check anymore because I just trust your word. But it takes a while for me to get there. Okay, so because I'm asking to check your phone, for instance, when we're dating, see, when you know we're doing long distance, when we meet, like the first thing my husband does is submit his phone. Like it's not like we submit our phone, check, you check. No, but like the phone is there. You understand? Yeah. When I'm asking him about something about that has to do with his phone, it does not tell me, it shows me. You understand? There's times when we're talking, like I'm like, who is there? And it tells me, oh, is this person? I said, okay, I want to see. It does not argue with me that, do you mean you don't trust me? No, you're on this video. Like, let's switch to video call. And let's, that is how you build trust. Now, like, and it gets to the point that I hear, I don't even bother. Why? Because I know if I ask him to, he's going to open it. He's going to show it. What men don't know is that when you start being secretive and hiding things, that's when your woman start to, to check that something is actually wrong. And there's no excuse for cheating. Like, you should, if you're doing something wrong in your mind, if you're doing anything that you think your wife should not, if there's anything in your phone that you think your wife should not see, then obviously your wife should not see it. And I'm referring to this message. Now, in this message, there is no reference that the man cheated, or cheated sexually. That's what I mean now. It did not, it's just flirting. That's what he's doing. It's flirting with girls. I love your hairdo. I thought you're not going to call me again. Now, we don't know if there's a backstory to it, but based on the message she read, obviously the man was just flirting with these girls. Okay, but for him to want to delete it, you understand, if for instance oh, I love this your hairdo, dear, what I saw it in my husband's phone, I'm like, who is this person? He tells me, okay, that's it. Like, because to me, dear, I use dear for anybody, I use dear for everybody, you understand? But that's to me anyways. I don't see, I'm looking at all the messages she read on her husband's phone. And I don't see anything that points into actual cheating. Not to say that flirting is right, flirting is wrong. But that he cheated on, at least she does not see any trace of that. Obviously, he's been deleting messages, so don't know what she's actually not seeing. That's the only proof she has at the moment, okay? So what was I even saying? Yes, so I don't think cheating and checking your phone, trusting and checking your phone should be on or in the same level. But there's something I said that makes me want to check your phone. You should even be inclined to want to explain and make my peace of mind. For instance, I'm a person, I've always said I have a wild imagination, like literally wild imagination. Like I remember we were dating, there was a time that I think my husband was in traffic coming home, but when I was talking to him, I was not hearing, Nigeria now, honking, and all of those things. I was not hearing those. I'm like, are you sure you're in traffic? Not that I suspect that anything was happening, but I'm like, are you sure you're in traffic? Like, okay, let me see that you're in traffic, you understand? So, it's not because I don't trust him. It's just that if I don't tell him, trust me, I'm going to imagine, my mind works that way. Like my mind, the imagination, like I can act a film that never happened in my mind, and I will convince myself that it happened. You understand? So he knows that about me, and he does not even encourage it. The moment I'm asking questions, he just gave me proof, and like everything is done. And it's the same thing for him. I don't give him any reason to question me. If there's anything that is questioning, and I think it's like, okay, fine, this is it. Like, this is my phone, and that's it. So I don't know why you feel the need to hide your phone or to hide your personal belongings or some details from your partner. I don't see any reason. And then back to this lady, obviously she mentioned that she trusts her husband so much, and obviously she does. Okay, she trusts him because prior to now she has never had any instances or any issues according to her message with him regarding cheating or whatever. But she mentioned that the reason why she checked was because she's found something suspicious. Why would you delete a chat? I was saying that if for instance he was talking to somebody and you say, dear, oh, I love your hairdo or whatever, and the wife asks you and you say, oh, this person, and the wife said that, okay, I don't like the way you talk to him, and it ends like that. Like, there's no point. But when you delete it, it makes me know that there is more to it. Because the fact that you're doing it, you know that you're doing something wrong. That's why you decided to delete it. So I honestly, now if I'm to, our question was, did she do anything wrong? I absolutely don't think she did anything wrong in approaching her husband, because obviously, like she said, if she didn't, it's just going to become something big in her mind and the rest of it. But I would have advised that, your husband is not suspecting that you know anything. If your actual aim was to know if he's cheating on you, okay, ladies, let us be wise, okay, you can't put all your cards on the table. You don't have any proof. Whatever it is here is not proof, okay, it's not proof enough. What I would have advised is you keep quiet, like allow, okay. You know, this time there was nothing to catch him red-handed. But in his mind, he does not know that that something is going on. You wait until you have enough proof, or you start to, now you're wiser, now you're checking. Now, before you know what is happening, you will find something that will implicate him, okay? You will find it before he deletes it. But now that you have put all your cards on the table, the man now knows how to, re-strategize and be wise, because obviously you cannot hold anything against him with what you have. Okay, so if your aim was to check if he's actually cheating, I think the lady should have been wiser about how she handled it. But I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong in confronting your partner if you think, something is wrong in your relationship. Yeah, but I just think be wise about it.
I love that. I love that. In fact, it's like you opened my mind to, like, immediately I saw that latte on that day, I was just like, why did she say anything? Okay, you're not losing your sleep. Sometimes then you will be uncomfortable about some situations in marriage, and wisdom will require you to keep quiet, to be uncomfortable. Like, it will require that you be uncomfortable for that moment so that you can actually be comfortable. Because now, obviously, the way she handled the matter has resulted into more issues. Now the husband, who is probably not smart with everything initially, now has turned it to another thing, turned it to malice. Yeah. He's wrong.
He's making it about her. That she's the problem. Why did she check her phone?
And he has turned things around. And especially because we are in a man's world. As a woman, you have to be smart. Like, you have to be wise. There's nothing like, even the Bible says that he's sending us out into the world. Like, we should be wise like serpents. We should be gentle like doves. Yeah. I think for you as a woman, that scripture is very, very applicable. Especially in marriage. I feel like if I was the one, just like you said, I would have kept quiet about it. In fact, let me give you a practical example. So I was in a relationship at a time that I check phones, and the thing about me is that when I pick up your phone, usually I go through pictures. Like, when I pick up your phone, the first thing I go through is pictures. I go through go through pictures, and then somehow I will check messages and all of that, just because I need to do something with your phone. I just need to do something, not necessarily like I just want to investigate. I'm not really bothered. Especially, I think I've said it before, if I've not mentioned it before, I really didn't like in my relationship, like, everybody is keeping tabs on each other, like you're calling 24/7, all those things. I wasn't really interested. So I'm not even one to keep tabs or anything like that. So this particular time, I just picked up the phone. Like, I do it all the time. I picked up the phone. I went through the pictures. I went through the messages. While I was going through the pictures, I saw some pictures that, pictures of a lady that was just reoccurrent, And I was just like, okay, who is this lady? And the relationship, I don't know everything, but at least there are some people that I know already, women, ladies that I know associate with this person. So I didn't say anything. I went through the text message. I saw some messages that didn't really make sense, And it now happened to be the name of somebody that I probably heard somehow before. So the messages did not really make sense, but I kept quiet. I didn't say anything. I like days passed, and another time again, like maybe a week after or so, I checked the phone again, and I couldn't find the message, and I couldn't find any of those things, but I still kept quiet about messages. So there was another particular day, like, I just kept quiet, and you wouldn't even know that I saw anything. I just kept quiet. So I was just, every time I checked the trend between the pictures and the messages and everything, and not because I wanted to do anything with the information initially, but by the second time when I was just checking, I was just like, oh, let me just go through, because I didn't see any recent messages that were implicating. So I was just like, oh, let me go and read that other one. Maybe it was me that was just thinking too much about it, and I couldn't find it. I remember this thing is not supposed to be far, but I didn't find it. But I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just let it slide. Another time again, I picked up the phone, and then I saw another message, not the old one, another message of the same person. Then I knew that something was going on. So I asked, like, oh, what was happening with this person? Like, no, it's not what I think. Oh, it's blah, 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 blah. I just asked a simple question. Like, what is this? And the story of plenty. And can you call?
No need to shalaye.
Is this? This person, the matter just. No, it can't even happen like that. And that was all I actually needed. That was all I needed. I just needed you to be afraid, or just know that, I beg, I'm not a mumu. I just wanted you to be afraid, you know. So when I handled it like that, over time, I checked the phone and kinuko. But I realized that there are times that he would freely, like, it wasn't a case of, oh, give me your phone or anything. He would just leave the phone, and I saw messages that, you know, it wasn't a case of him trying to cover up his tracks so that I won't sit and get angry. Do you get? Because of the way I handled the situation. Maybe there was other reasons, but as far as I'm concerned, I did not feel like I handled it in a way that he would, you know, there are times that you handle a matter in a way that instead of doing good, you are even making the person do those bad things smartly. The way she has spoken to her husband now that he's forming malice, if he's actually going to cheat, he's not going to ever call, he will never allow the lady to call, or the partner to call in the house, or he wouldn't keep text message.
Yeah.
Like, you will even see it. He can even get another phone that he keeps in the office or something. He can, like, they will just do it in a smart way. It doesn't mean that. So the cheating that you are trying to prevent, you're not actually preventing it by, you know, talking. Yes, you must do this. You're not preventing it. You're just helping the person to do it in a smart way. So all of these things, of course, we cannot say this is how you should handle every situation, because every situation requires wisdom, right? So with my own case, with that example that I gave, over time, it wasn't a case of, the way I even handle it, like, I just don't want to elaborate so that we don't make this episode too long, but I did not give the impression that I am that warrior, because I was cheating you earlier about my friend, one of my friends that I met during NYC, someone I met, an acquaintance that just gist that somebody would just say, oh, I saw your boyfriend, she will run and shout, and I'm always like, what? And today, it's not as if she ended up getting married to the person, you know? So sometimes the way we handled issues, the way we table issues, you know, it doesn't help the problem that we're actually trying to solve. This lady, she doesn't want her husband to cheat, but she has given him the impression, or she has come up with the vibe that, I don't want to catch you cheating. Do you get? So he would probably go and be smart about it. It doesn't mean that he will not cheat on her.
Yeah.
Do you get? For him to even be keeping malice because she spoke out, he has intention of cheating. It's just guilty conscience that's making him act in a funny way. Because I don't see anything in somebody asking, simple as that. Oh, it's nothing. Oh, you know, just assure her and then move on. But he had plans, so he was like, oh, you can't be, you know, it's for me ego or whatever in that case. But obviously the man is wrong in this situation. But my point is, you don't want to add fire to something that you're trying to solve. That's just what I'm trying to say, you know. And it boils down to how we address those issues, So I'm just going to say, like, as a woman in this world, I don't know where you're going to get wisdom from. I don't know how you're going to learn how to be wise, though. I just know that we need it. I just know that we need this, you know.
Yeah, even the Bible says that wisdom is profitable to direct.
Yes.
When you have wisdom, it will direct you on what to do, basically. But I understand her part. This is probably the first time that anything like that is happening, and because you trust the person so much, you're trying to convince yourself that that is not it.
I trust him like that. Which one is I trust him?
Yeah, trust me. She did not approach him to be able to find out. I believe she did not approach him she's approaching him to be able to convince herself that it's not happening, like that's not happening, like that's not what's happening, because of how much she trusts she trusts him. Okay, yeah, but see, like I said in the video we just recorded, that you need to know when you're seeing the red flags, okay, and you need to be careful, be patient to be able to know, like Yemi has said, know when you have all the facts, okay, before you now start to approach and so that everything will not be turned against you. But I think it's a nonsense or a foolish move he's making, trying to make it her fault. You are not talking about the fact that wrong. So I'm approaching you about the fact that you deleted messages, you are talking to weird people that I don't know, and your response is to not eat my food or to keep malice with me. My brother, should be when I keep malice, we are gonna keep it together, because I don't understand the sense. Instead of you to try to assure me that nothing is happening, or that I'm misinterpreting, which is, I believe that's what this lady wanted, because she trusts her husband so much, and she doesn't want to believe that something like that is happening. But she just wanted some reassurance. But instead of him to say, it's a harmless flirt or something, you are not keeping malice, you now say it's hunger no catch you, my brother. We are going to keep the malice, because
that's the danger.
Which ear wants to hear it? Okay, that you're talking to strange women, and I'm approaching you, and so please, whoever is asking this question, obviously it is not your fault. Your husband is trying to manipulate you. He's trying to
change
so
the
there was
situation.
there was a comment that someone made, and I think it's a good way to close this video. Someone commented on that post. So the person is funny that said, so you are saying you believe what your husband is clearly lying about over what you saw with your own eyes. Since it is peace of mind you want, not solution, so you're clearly cheating and about to cheat husband, early tomorrow morning, go on your knees, hold his leg and beg him, buy him gifts. At night, give him any style he wants. Wear a sexy lingerie. Okay, so say at night, wear a sexy lingerie and make sure you give him all the styles you know. Since peace is always more important than sanity and sexually transmitted disease that is lurking around you. Of course, this lady she's speaking in sarcasm, right? Because she's not saying that what is the solution to what I just found. She's saying that how can I have peace in my home? And again, boils down to what they always tell ladies. It is your job to maintain peace in your home. It is your responsibility as the woman to have peace in your home. You have to give your husband peace of mind. Who in her right sense, which woman in her right sense wants to be fighting all the time? Like, do you think women have that energy to be fighting? You go to work, come back, attend to children, attend to husband, everything, and you just want to be fighting? No human being does not like peace. Everybody wants peace. Okay? So if the man is not doing anything to bring peace in the house, how do you expect me to be the one to be bringing the peace in the house that there is no peace already?
In that instance, nobody will remember that is the head of the home.
Exactly. Hey, my sister, it's not it's the job of the woman who is not the head of the home, by the way, to bring the peace into the home, which is rubbish. And that's what this is saying, that you are looking for peace. Instead of you to try to address what is about to happen, is until he starts to cheat and it brings in sexually transmitted disease that you realize that
this man knows, this man knows the kind of person that she is.
Yes, that's what the second comment that I actually wanted to read. He said that he's simply using reverse psychology on you, sis.
Exactly.
You asking isn't bad, and him keeping malice with you confirm that he is guilty, and that is true. He's just using reverse psychology, making her feel bad for attempting or for doing what she did, for doing what is right. Right? That's what he's just doing using reverse psychology on her. But trust me, it doesn't work. All those things anyway, Sha. If you have wisdom, you know that, okay, bros, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing there, okay, but let's come back to the original discussion. Oh, I checked your phone, I'm sorry about that, I should not have, I'm really, really sorry, it hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. Okay, let's come back to the original conversation. Who is this lady, my brother? You understand? You need to have that conversation with him. So all this reverse psychology nonsense is doing, give him time. He's going to come back now. In our house, now in chair,
please,
he will come back and come and sit on the chair.
As we're on that note, if you're watching and you're not yet married, just go and watch that episode that we talked about the things that, defining your relationship and
things to discuss.
Things to discuss. Things to discuss in your relationship, because for some people, cheating is not a deal breaker. Do you know? Cheating is not a deal breaker for some people. All these things that we're talking about. They have wisdom to manage cheating. Do you understand? And there are some people that even flirting self, they can't take it. It depends on, where people are coming from. It just depends on you. So at least know your deal breaker so that you will not go. And those are the things you discuss. So anyway, my point is, if you're not yet married, all these ones, when they are married, it's difficult. But as you are still single, it's easier. Or you're engaged, it's easier to manage and to receive wisdom before then. So please, check out that episode. I will kindly, we will put it in the description box for you. And we'll link it in the cards. Just find it. Listen, watch it. You'll be glad. That's all. That's how we are going to talk about it. And
again, I just also want to put this disclaimer out there, is that we are not asking you, especially the women watching, to become investigative journalism, to always be looking and be looking for things and be trying to frustrate your husband, checking his phone, checking his movement, tracing him. No, please. You will never have peace of mind doing that kind of thing. We are saying that if you have any reason to suspect that something is going on, you should be wise to be able to find out or get to the root of it, okay? Unless you're a person that always suspects every little thing, okay? Then you need to chill, okay? But I mean, we are just saying that there should be transparency and openness in marriage, especially when it regards your phone, okay? There should not be, oh, I'm hiding, oh, it's my privacy. There's nothing like privacy in marriage. But we are not saying that you should always go and be checking and be, making him feel, because nobody wants to be,
even real life journalists, if people that are real life journalists, was what their eyes see that they will report. You too, if you're doing investigative journalism in your marriage, This one is not in another. This is your marriage that you want to go and be doing investigative marriage. I don't understand it. That means you yourself, you need help. Because you enter the marriage with your 2 legs and your hands and everything. You will not enter finish. You will not be doing investigative journalism. It's something you should have done before the marriage. So when you enter inside, you just want to relax and just pick the phone for chilling. So, like I said, when I pick up the phone, it's just to chill and just
I mean, like there should be free, like a free zone, nothing to hide,
just pick it up.
My husband's Instagram feed is more interesting than mine, so every time I pick his phone, I go on his Instagram.
I'm telling you.
I mean, he's not checking what are you looking at, You know, there's this trend going on. I don't know if you've seen it on Instagram on Reels, where the lady will put mirror on her leg. And then, she will sit opposite from her husband. Like her husband is facing up, she's facing down. Then she'll put mirror, in between her toenails to see what the husband is doing on his phone. I don't know if you've seen that thing on Instagram.
No, I've not seen it.
It was trending. A lot of ladies, especially in the Western world, they were doing that a lot. And I'm like, you're not supposed to be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard. If I want to see what you're doing, I can look and check. What are you doing? Like, as it's typing, I'm checking. Who are you typing with? Who are you talking to? And it should be the same.
It's not, marriage is not something that you enter and be doing journalism. It's supposed to be enjoyed. It's supposed to it's supposed to be
now
sweet.
Hiding and sneaking and putting mirror
something that you're
and check your phone and zoom in your phone to the mirror to see what is happening on his phone.
That one is for the phone you enter. It's not that, as we've said, just go and watch the episode as far as I'm concerned. It will help you if you're still single. But for married people, please apply wisdom. Wisdom is profitable to direct. Don't say you heard on Truth and Tales that they say I should be doing investigative journalism. Nobody said that here.
Nobody
said that here. We just said it is proper, it is okay, it is the right thing for you to have access to your partner's phone, and you should allow your partner to have access to your phone as well.
To yours.
Be naked with each other. Expose yourself to yourself. Anyway, Victoria, is there anything you'd like to say on the final note, Abi?
Yeah, I think we have exhausted everything. Unless we start repeating ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. I think so too. But anyway, let's leave it up to you guys. What do you think, right, Victoria, Abi?
Yeah. Let's hear from them. Yes, let's know what you think in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think about this? Is it okay? Do you check your partner's phone? Do you, as a man, now, do you think it's okay for your wife to check your phone? Or as a woman, like, what do you think? Do you think it's okay? Yeah, let us know in the comment section. And do you also do it? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're so grateful to have you guys as always. Please remember to subscribe if you have not. Please let us get to 1K. Kilo day now. It's been a while. Kilo day. Let us get to 1K. I don't like what you guys are doing.
Do Christmas for us.
Yes, please, I beg. If you have not subscribed, make sure you do so. And please invite your friends also to do so. Okay, thank you guys once again for joining us. Until we meet again, my name is Victoria Ayodele Fash, and your favorite host is
Yemi.
Did I just say Victoria Ayodele Fash? I said my full name.
Yes, exactly. You said your full name.
Kind of no wonder. Anyways, we'll see you guys in our next video.
Bye.